Lesson 53, Variables on Both Sides of the Equation. Here's part 1. Students are going to follow along with their instructor to solve the two equations using method 1 and method 2. So here, notice that we have the same equation written 2 times, and we're going to solve it using 2 different methods. Let's start with box A. Here's 8x equals 4 times x plus 5. And in method 1, we'll use the distributive property first. So first we'll multiply 4 times x and 4 times 5. On the next line, let's write 8x. Here's the equal sign. 4 times x equals 4x. 4 times 5 equals 20. Let's subtract 4x from both sides of the equation. Here we have 4x. Here's the equal sign. And here's 20. Now we can divide both sides of the equation by 4. Let's simplify. Here's x equals 5. Now for box B. Once again, we have 8x equals 4 times x plus 5. And in method 2, we'll simplify first by dividing both sides by 4. So let's divide this side of the equation by 4, and we'll divide this side of the equation by 4. And notice here that we have a fraction that we can simplify. 8x divided by 4 equals 2x. Here's the equal sign. And here we're left with x plus 5. Let's subtract x from both sides of the equation. Two x minus x equals x. Here's the equal sign. And here is 5. So our final answer is x equals 5. And notice how that matches our previous answer. Let's complete the statement in part 1. Both method 1 and method 2 gave you the same answer. So in method 1, we have x equals 5, and in method 2, we have x equals 5. Let's answer the next question. Which method helped you avoid working with large numbers? So in method 1, the largest number that we had to work with was 20. In method 2, the largest number that we had to work with was 8. So which method helped us avoid working with large numbers? That would be method 2. Here's part 2. Solve. And here's a hint. It's often easier to simplify first. Let's try box D. Here we have 2 times x plus 16 equals 6x. And we're going to divide both sides of the equation by 2 first. So divide the left side of the equation by 2. Divide the right side of the equation by 2. And notice how we have a fraction here that we can simplify. Here, we're left with x plus 16. Here's the equal sign. 6x divided by 2 equals 3x. Now we can subtract x from both sides of the equation. Here's 16 equals 2x. Let's divide both sides of the equation by 2. we can simplify here. 16 divided by 2 equals 8. Here's the equal sign, and here we have x. So our final answer is 8 equals x, or x equals 8. Here's box E. Simplify first, then keep the variable on the left side of the equation, since the only constant of 9 will already be on the right. Let's solve the problem. Here's negative 6y equals 2 times y plus 9. So let's divide both sides of the equation by 2. And notice here that we have a fraction that we can simplify. Here, negative 6y divided by 2 equals negative 3y. Here's the equal sign. And here we're left with y plus 9. Now remember, the hint told us to keep the variable on the left side of the equation. So rather than adding 3y to both sides of the equation, let's subtract y from both sides of the equation. So let's subtract y and subtract y. Negative 3y and negative 1y equals negative 4y. Here's the equal sign, and here we have 9. Now, divide both sides of the equation by negative 4. Here we're left with y. Here's the equal sign. And 9 divided by negative 4 equals negative 9/4. And this can be rewritten as negative 2 and 1/4. Finally, box F. Here it says, use the distributive property first, since negative 3x plus 34 is not divisible by 2. So we'll use the distributive property. We'll do 2 times x and 2 times 2. Next line, 2 times x equals 2x. 2 times 2 equals 4. Here's the equal sign. Here we have negative 3x plus 34. Let's add 3x to both sides of the equation. Here we have 5x plus 4 equals 34. Subtract 4 from both sides. Here we have 5x equals 30. Now we can divide both sides of the equation by 5. Here we have x equals 6. Final answer, x equals 6.